You could cut it into a Mickey shape if you wanted. What the hell was that?
Hey y'all! Howdy!
We thought it would be a fun idea to go through some tips and tricks for Walt Disney World, including some things that we would recommend bringing that you may not know you need to bring. I last went in 2018. I've been twice. I went when I was a lot younger. And yeah, when did you last go?
Never. You've taken me to Paris.
Yeah.
Which you keep saying is not the same.
Yeah, it's not. Disneyland Paris is not the same, but we did go about, like, what, 4 or 5 times, I think, in the end? You even went on your own. Yeah.
I went on my own.
Yeah, you even went on your own. You loved it.
I quote, you said, "I've got to take you to Paris so I don't waste my time taking you to Florida to start with. We need to make sure that you like Disney first."
Well, Tom didn't grow up in a Disney family, so,
My family despise Disney.
I wouldn't say they despise it. They're definitely different.
I watched one Disney film when I was younger and that was it.
Yeah, but you've been converted. Yeah. So I wanted to make sure that Tom would like Disney before we actually then went.
Best damn Disney film I've ever seen, but still.
Which one was it?
Tarzan.
Tarzan! Yeah, Tarzan's good.
Great.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll start with the bits that we would recommend bringing, and then we'll go through like just some tips and tricks about like when you're there, basically, as well. So, do you want to start?
Well, you're the one that's been twice, so you should probably start.
Okay. Right, this is really random. First thing to bring, a sponge. So
How Disney.
I know, very Disney. I mean, you could cut it into a Mickey shape if you wanted. Basically, Disney do a scheme where you can get reusable cups that you can use only in the hotels, but you can use them in any hotels as many times as you want whilst your stay is valid. What the hell was that?
An impulsive thought.
Yeah, and obviously I don't know about you guys, but I am really weird about germs, and so bringing a little sponge, this isn't the one we're actually going to bring. We're going to bring one that's like a quarter of the size of this. Also some washing up liquid. Again, you only need like the smallest amount just to keep your cup clean, because if you're there for 2 weeks and you've got a cup that you're not even cleaning,
Nasty.
I personally just get a bit grossed out about that. You guys may have a different thought or opinion, but that's just me. I would bring a sponge and washing up liquid. Not washing up gloves, but washing up liquid. Which one do you want to select? We've got a pile of things here. You might actually be seeing a bit of it. Yeah, let's hide it.
Things that people would never think about ever. When you get on a plane going across to America,
Story time with
you
Tom.
have to plug in their provided headphones in order to listen to their IFE system, which is the in-flight entertainment. And the amount of times, having travelled a lot, that I or we have thought, oh, I'm going to use my own headphones, and then realised it doesn't fit.
So annoying.
So annoying when you have to get on a 12-hour flight and think, 12 hours, I can't use my headphones.
And it's so uncomfortable as well, because the headphones they give you...
And it's something that you don't think about.
I know, and the headphones they give you are either those like little tiny over-ear ones where like it squashes your ear, and if you've got piercings it really hurts, or they're those really uncomfortable like in-ear ones that feel just like hard plastic inside your ear.
The only way to get around that is to put the little in-ear ones in and then put your cancelling headphones over the top, but it's really painful.
It just hurts.
So, on Amazon, you can get these,
Influencer.
which you plug your aux cable, which I know a lot of people's headphones are Bluetooth now, but you can still probably put an aux cable in.
Well, I specifically have bought an aux cable
and
to
then
go
you can
into
put
it.
the aux cable in, and then the 2 prongs goes into the IFE system, so then you can use your own one, because planes don't currently all have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth.
Yeah.
So that's really important.
That is an important one, actually.
Life hack.
That is literally something I never would have thought unless Tom told me. On the tech front, one of these. These are, they plug into your phone. This is only if it comes to, like if you're filming a lot and taking a camera and all of that. So it plugs into your phone, and then you can plug your micro SD or a USB drive into this, and then you can access all of your photos and videos, there is my cat, on your phone. I love this. I film on a DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and that's what I'm going to be taking with me to Florida. So whilst I'm there, I want to be able to like edit my stuff for TikTok. I want to edit my videos on YouTube on my phone. So yeah, one of these. I don't actually know, what would the technical name for this be? USB-C lightning converter?
It's a lightning adapter to USB something like that.
There you go, a lightning adapter for your phone.
One of the many lightning adapters. So I've been told, because I haven't been, that you walk a lot in Disney.
You knew this from Paris though.
Yeah,
we did
I was fine with Paris.
Yeah, but we did like 25,000 steps, I think, at one point.
And so I can imagine they'd probably charge the hell out of you for the amount of $15 for loads of, blister plasters. So don't make the mistake of going to get blister plasters at the airport, because they are triple the price at Boots at the airport.
Even with the most comfortable shoes that you have ever worn in your life, or shoes that you walk in daily, I don't know why, but something happens when you're in Florida, and you just get like sore feet all the time. And so blister plasters are essential. Also, try and wear your shoes in if you can. Another thing that is absolutely essential: ponchos. So we have got these. I just ordered them online. They kind of look like little raincoats. Now, if you have never been to Florida, if you're planning your first trip, which I'm kind of assuming you are if you're watching this, so firstly, that's really exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And secondly, it will rain a lot depending on what time of year you're going. Now, obviously you think Florida, nice, hot, sunny, whatever. When it rains, and I mean like flash flood style level rain. Now it will only last for a few seconds, and then it will get nice and hot and sunny straight after, so you won't need to worry about like feeling damp all day or anything like that. But obviously during that time frame where it's raining, you don't want to get soaked, especially if you're still wanting to make the most out of your day. So bring some ponchos, because I think they charge like $12, $13 there for poncho, and those both cost me like £2 or £3. I think we're going to have to use our phone now, because these are the tips and tricks that we wrote down.
Just do plenty of research before you go as well.
I think that's a
There's loads of stuff on
given.
YouTube videos to.
We love watching Adam Hatton and Tim Tracker. They're like the two that we would recommend.
And DFB Guide is
DFB
brilliant.
Guide's really good as well. Even if we've not got a trip planned, we're always wanting to look at them.
One of the things we found that was really, really good in Paris, and now that they've got it in Florida, in Epcot, is the Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, which I'm assuming will be exactly the same in Florida. Is they have a single rider line on Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. If you're on your own, you can get on the ride quicker than waiting in the normal queue. They will actually probably put you both in the same ride vehicle.
Yeah.
Because there's not necessarily equal numbers of people in the actual queue.
No, there was one time that we were sat in separate rats, because the vehicles are rats. Because basically they're in seats of 3, and there's normally either 2s or 4s that are getting on them. So then I think 9 times out of 10 we were in the same one together.
Most of the time it was that we were in front of each other.
Yeah, or if not, we were literally just like one behind the other. So
not best to do necessarily if you have young children you want to sit beside.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't be able to do it with young children.
If you're happy to sit slightly separated or risk sitting slightly separated, then that's fine.
Yeah. The Disney dining plan. So the Disney dining plan is something that you can add on to your booking. So when you book, you can choose, firstly you choose like the amount of days you want, you choose the hotel, and then it also gives you the added on extras. And one of the added on extras that you can do is the Disney dining plan. Now the Disney dining plan normally, sometimes it's free. If it's free, 100,000,000% do it, because it is so worth it.
When will it ever be free?
It can be sometimes, depending on how far out you're booking. We
booked a year in advance and it was nowhere near free.
I know, but that's whatever. But in some cases it can be.
Maybe it used to be.
But if you don't get it for free, is it really worth it? What we're doing this time round, so we're also going with my family, and my family have booked to go into Port Orleans Riverside, so they have paid for their Disney dining plan. However, we decided not to do that, but instead we're going to be saving up the amount that we were going to be spending on the food to take with us. Yeah, the last 2 times that we went, we could not get anywhere near to finishing the amount of credits that we were allocated each day. Sure, we'll be fine. I don't know how this is going to play out. This isn't really like a tip or a trick. It's just something to be mindful of when it comes to booking your trip. Is the dining plan actually going to be worth it for your family?
You're not going to have a good time if you don't have a dining plan.
Exactly, that'll be fine. But we'll do a video once we come back about talking about the pros and cons of it, and
because not everything's on the
guys.
dining plan as well.
Exactly, yeah. A lot of the snacks and things that I want to try, they're not actually on the dining plan.
There are some
and there's restaurants that aren't. In fact, we're going actually for dinner at Sanar, which wouldn't be in our dining plan, but I reckon we'll still be fine cost-wise.
You can use, apparently, in Orlando, the MPC is Mobile Passport Control, I believe. Department of Homeland Security give to British passport holders in certain entry points to their country, which allow you to skip part of the queues to get in through customs. And you just fill out a form as soon as you've landed, take a picture of yourself, and then you go through a designated queue, and then it's just much quicker than waiting 4 or 5 hours to get through your security. Yeah. Different to global entry, which I've had in the past.
I was going to say that we haven't actually used this yet, so when we come back we'll do another video if you're interested about like pros and cons of that.
Adam Hatton has a whole video on it.
Oh, does he? Okay, well then I would recommend watching Adam Hatton.
Every time he goes into Orlando, he talks about it.
Okay. It's something that we're definitely going to try out. It seems like it's going to be really beneficial for us, but especially as we're in a large group. But the only thing we're not sure about is because we're on different visas and things. Is it visas? Esters. Because we're on different Esters, we don't know if we're all going to be able to go together or if me and Tom are going to have to do it for ourselves. Yeah, and then my family do it separately. So we'll keep you updated and we'll let you know about that one. The next one that we had written down was to plan it thoroughly. Now, this sounds like probably a given, but plan your days. You don't want to be in Disney World and wake up and think, oh, what do I want to do today? And then spend like 2 hours just deciding what you want to do. You want to get up and you want to know where you're going. So you don't have
military precision.
My family go overboard and plan like what rides, what food, what restaurants, everything. And it does make life a lot easier. However, you don't have to do all that. You just need to know where you're going. Like, you can think to yourself, okay, tomorrow I'm going to Animal Kingdom, and then the next day I'm going to Epcot. And you just sort of plans it in. Now, if you want to be a little bit extra, plan where you're going in the evenings as well. So you can think to yourself, okay, I want to go to Epcot for the day, and then I'm going to go to Hollywood Studios to go and watch Fantasmic in the evening. Whatever, but just plan it thoroughly.
And remember, if you're from the UK, because you have the 14 days for the price of 7 ticket if you book far enough in advance, you don't need to make park reservations and you can park hop as many times as you want.
Yes.
I believe. So
I think so.
You don't
that's from our
get
research.
Restricted to having to do any reservations or things like a lot of the US videos say you have to do.
So yeah, just plan it, come up with a timetable. Also, I will need to find the name of it. I will put the website somewhere on the screen. There is a website that is really, really helpful because it tells you which days of the year, based on previous data, are the most busy for which park. So it will come up and tell you that, like, for example, on Monday, the 29th of July, avoid Epcot or avoid Magic Kingdom, you know, like, because it will come up with how busy it was based off of the last 3 years things. I think it's 3 years. I'll find it, I'll put it on the screen, you can do your own research. I think, so my camera battery is on 4%. So the last one...
Now, with the tickets that we get, and it depends on the tickets you get for your flights, but it's baggage allowance. And with our ticket, because we've decided to go with premium economy, we get 2 bags per person. And so having a spare suitcase can be really helpful. Now, if you don't have 2 bags in your allowance, then you can probably get a bag when you're out there, or you can have some sort of bag that you can put into your suitcase and then use on the way home, something like that. And then you have the extra space to take home anything you might have bought, or, you know, have more extra space to space things out so you don't have such a heavy suitcase, because the last thing you want to do is get to the airport and say, oh no, my suitcase is overweight and I have to charge £100 on the spot. Done.
Yeah. At least if you plan for it, you know what you're expected to do. I think with us, we are going to be taking 3 suitcases between the 2 of us. Now we are going to roughly spread our amount of stuff between all 3, but we're not going to have any one suitcase that's really full, so that when we get to Florida, we can then put all of the stuff from the 3rd suitcase into our other suitcases to come home, and we've got a spare suitcase for any other bits and pieces. Now this is also helpful again because there are technically 6 of us going, so we can help with the other stuff from the other people as well. But either way, when we were in Paris, we got a bit screwed over because
we're not trying to say 2 suitcases per person.
No, that's what I'm saying. We did 3. We're doing 3 between us. Well, basically, between 6 people, we're having 1 extra spare suitcase. But in Paris, we got a bit screwed over because we bought something that we loved that was limited edition, that was only like 200 of them that you could only buy whilst you were there, and then the box was too big to fit on the plane, and we had a bit of a nightmare. So just bring extra luggage or bags or suitcase or whatever, even if it's just a little like collapsible zip up bag that you keep in your suitcase when you go out, and then bring it as another hand luggage item when you come home. Something like that. Just plan for space. Anything more you want to say? No? Well, firstly, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Congratulations if you are planning a trip to Disney. I am very jealous because by the time you're watching this, I may be there, I may be coming home.
You've probably booked your next trip.
Yeah, I've probably booked my next trip by that point. I hope you have an amazing time in Orlando or Florida or California or Paris or Tokyo or Shanghai
or Hong Kong.
Wherever you end up going, I hope you're having an amazing time. And yeah, when we come back, we will update you on those few things that we've said, and otherwise make sure to subscribe and you will be able to see us when we're out there. You'll be able to keep up to date with all the things that we've got going on. I've also got some packing videos coming up and some getting ready for Florida videos. So yeah, see you soon. Bye.